Welcome back to another episode of The Cure for Cowardice. Once again, I made a video and immediately realized that I could do it way better now that I've kind of formulated my thoughts on it. So, there's a movie, I believe it's called Troy. I haven't actually watched the whole movie, but I saw a scene from it that's really been speaking to my soul lately. And so, the main character of the movie, I believe it's Achilles. He's played by Brad Pitt. Anyways, there's a scene where he has to go fight this other warrior. And this guy is huge, and he's scary, and it's like the whole David versus Goliath situation. And so Achilles, wakes up, he's getting ready, and the person who was sent to go fetch Achilles is this little boy. And this boy is talking to him, and he goes, "He's huge." And Achilles goes, "Yep." And he goes, "I wouldn't fight him." And Achilles looks at him and he goes, "And that is why no one will remember your name." And that goes very hard. That goes very, very hard. And I think the more that I'm thinking about this and breaking it down, I've talked before about creating a person within yourself, a personality who is everything that you want to be, and allowing that person to take control of your life. And I think there's a duality to this. So there is, in this context, there's the man, Achilles, and then the boy. And if we take it from that perspective, the man versus the boy, it's very much a question of duality, or question's the wrong word. But basically, by giving the man control over your life, the man within yourself, that is, and allowing that person to make the decisions, to have the handle on the reins, the reason it works so well is because for most of us, we allow the boy to have control. And that's why we have a lot of the problems that we have. It's the boy that got us into these situations, because the boy is scared, he is weak, he only thinks about himself, he doesn't have much introspection, foresight. The boy is in fight or flight all the time, and will almost always choose flight. And the man is the equal opposite of that in almost every way. The one way that they are similar is that they both have fear. There's an old quote that goes, "Courage is not the lack of fear, it is action despite fear." And I think the reason that that's so powerful is because you really have to understand both sides of you will feel the fear. The only question is whether you act despite the fear. And if you can do that, then that is something that will actually propel you and allow you to move forward. But if you are allowing the boy to take control, then you have nobody to blame but yourself for the problems that you're facing. And while I'm thinking about it, obviously, this isn't a male exclusive thing. Like, you could just as easily say the girl and the woman. I just want to put that out there. So don't think this is just for men. But so anyway, these two parts of you, you get to choose who has the reins of your life, who controls your actions. And by allowing the boy to take control, you are accepting that you are powerless over your own life. And you are a victim to your emotions. And you are a victim to your circumstances. That is essentially what the boy is he's a victim in every sense of the word. But here's the thing. When you allow the man to take control of your life, and you allow that part of yourself who is strong, brave, courageous, that's the same thing, who is moral and puts others before himself in every situation, to the extent that it's almost not... The man will get burned every time that he puts somebody above himself who does not deserve it. And despite that, the man will not change the fact that he puts others above himself. Because the boy will get burned and go, the world hurt me, so I'm going to hurt it, or I'm not going to help anybody else. Because the last time I helped somebody, I got fucked over. And the man will say, the world hurt me, and I'm not going to let anybody else get hurt the same way. Even if that means that the man gets hurt repeatedly, over and over, he will bear that burden because he understands that that is not just within his power, that is not just something he's capable of, but it is his God-given duty to bear the burdens that others cannot hold themselves. There was another video I made where I talked about the difference between a hero and villain, and how they both face trauma, and it's the same situation. The villain says, the world hurt me, so I'm going to hurt everyone else the same way. And the hero says, the world hurt me, so I'm not going to let anybody else get hurt the same way. And I very much think that that same lesson applies here. The last thing that I think I've got for this, it's not a question of rejecting the boy, because every one of us has the boy and the man within ourselves. It's not a question of pushing the boy away, of belittling him, of making him even more of a victim. It's understanding that by taking control, the man can also protect the boy. And the boy cannot defend himself, so the man must do it for him. And that is why they remember the man's name, not the boy's. By allowing the part of yourself that is strong to take control over your life, you also allow the part of yourself that is strong to defend and protect the part of yourself that is weak. And because of that, you can create a harmonious balance within yourself. So I think that's everything I got for this. It's just yet another argument for allowing the man within yourself to control your life as opposed to the boy, or the woman as opposed to the girl. I think if everybody did that, our problems as a society would not vanish, but they would lessen significantly. So anyways, that's what I got for this one. Thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you all on the flip side.